This was seriously one of the biggest challenges I had to overcome when transitioning from being employed to self-employed. Hey guys, my name is Mark Nicholson. So many people who get into self-employment can find one of the biggest challenges to being self-employed is the freedom that being an entrepreneur and self-employed actually gives you. I was completely guilty of that when I first actually became self-employed. And that was one of the biggest challenges I had to overcome when transitioning to becoming an entrepreneur. The biggest challenge I found was actually having the freedom to do whatever I wanted to do, whenever I wanted to do it. And although that's a massive luxury to being self-employed, or an entrepreneur, it was actually a huge hindrance to me actually getting started in business and actually growing my business on the early days. I was so used to having a routine, going into work every day and having tasks, having the boss tell me what to do, that when I became self-employed and I was my own boss, I had absolutely no routine, no processes, no goals. I was just enjoying the freedom a little bit too much. Being able to keep yourself accountable to do the things that you know you need to do each and every day is one of the biggest challenges to being a self-employed business owner, especially if you don't have a team of people around you or any co-founders. And that was actually one of the biggest challenges I had when getting started. I didn't have anyone else, it was just me and my laptop. I had no one to keep me accountable, no one to keep me pushing towards my goals or keep me on track to achieving them. So I would listen to my emotions way too much. If I couldn't be bothered to do something, I just simply wouldn't do it. Instead, I would just go sit on the couch and watch a film and wait for the mood to kind of strike for me to do the type of tasks that I needed to do on a daily basis. My daily actions were completely controlled by how I felt on that day. And that's a recipe for disaster if you are a self-employed business owner. So today I want to give you guys 5 tips on how you can not let this happen to you, or if it is currently happening to you, how you can overcome it. Tip number 1, set yourself weekly goals. Goals are the foundations of all successful businesses. If you look at any type of business, big or small, whether or not they have multiple departments, staff members, they all have goals. The business as a whole will probably have a financial goal for the year. Individual departments might have goals, sales goals or procurement goals. So you've got to treat your business exactly the same. Break your yearly goals, so potentially even why you got started in the business, down into monthly goals and then down into weekly goals. Doing this will allow you to know exactly what you need to do that week to ultimately achieve that weekly goal. And if you take these small steps by breaking your big goals down into weekly goals, it allows you to only focus on that next step in front of you rather than the large goal. Because sometimes looking at the large goal can be a bit overwhelming. So if you just focus on that weekly goal and do the things that you need to do in that week to achieve that goal, it'll make things feel a lot easier. And having those tasks set out and put those tasks in your calendar, so there's daily things you need to do, it gives you a lot more chance to actually doing those things every day and achieving that goal every week. Tip number 2, have a plan that's aligned with these goals. So many business owners get started in business and then find themselves 3, 4, or 5 years down the line in a completely different area where they actually first planned. And this is because somewhere along their journey, they went off track. They forgot about their goals. And probably more importantly, their strategy that they were using to grow their business wasn't actually aligned properly with their ultimate business goal in mind. So don't let that happen to you. So make sure the type of tasks that you set yourself each and every day and the business strategy that you're creating to scale your business is aligned with your business goal in mind and will ultimately take you exactly where you want to be in your business in 3, 4, 5 years down the line. Tip number 3, prioritize your time with the highest income generating tasks you can do. If I was to ask you, what are the tasks that you do that generate you money? Would you be able to tell me? I hope you would. If not, then obviously you need to kind of reflect on your processes, on your tasks that you're doing and work that out. And another question, if I was to ask you, are you doing those type of tasks that generate you income each and every day? Would you be able to say yes to that? If you're a struggling business, you probably wouldn't. You probably find yourself getting distracted by other tasks, by other what you class as, urgent things. But if you're a new business and you're struggling, the most important thing for you to do right now is to focus on those tasks that are generating you income. Don't be one of those business owners that gets trapped into thinking certain tasks are important. Depending on where you are in your business journey, certain tasks might be important further down the line, but currently, like I'm saying, if you are currently new to business, potentially growing, building your website out, developing certain strategies, developing how customer retention strategies, and so on, before you actually have any customers, before you actually have a real business that's generating you a real income that you can live on, doesn't quite make sense. So what you really need to be focused on in your business are the things that are right for your current situation in business. If you're not actually currently generating any type of income into the business, or if you are generating a small amount of income, but it doesn't quite cover your monthly bills, your main priority has to be to make sure that you can cover all your monthly bills and allow enough income that you can scale your business. Until you're at that level, nothing else should be your main priority right now. Right now, you should be looking at just prospecting as much as you can, getting your brand out there on social media, speaking to as many potential clients as you possibly can. Try not to waste time on tasks that aren't relating to either getting a new client or working with existing clients to make that relationship better and to keep them as long-term customers. So please remember to like and subscribe to my channel if you are liking this video, and also please, if you can, leave a comment below this video just letting me know of any type of future videos that you want, or if you're finding this video helpful at all, or if you've currently encountered this problem yourself, or are currently encountering it, potential solutions that you found that actually helped you get through this. So tip number 4, act like you are still in a job. So remember back to when you actually were employed. You had a boss, you had somebody that would keep you accountable. That boss would set you goals, you would have certain tasks. Every day you came in, you knew what you were doing for that day. You didn't kind of go in and then something was just made up, or you did just what you felt like doing. You knew exactly what had to be done that day, and you were a vital part to the process. So what I need you to do is I need you to plan your diary exactly the same. You need to plan every day so you know exactly what you're doing the next day. What I like to do for myself is on a Sunday evening, I actually sit down and I plan the next week day by day. Obviously I leave some wiggle room, and I generally do it with an electronic diary just in case things do come up. I can move things around nice and easily, and I've always got the diary on my phone as well. So I plan everything into my weekly diary. Anything from when I'm going to be posting content out on social media, everything from meetings to tasks that I know I need to do each and every day and each and every week. So they're like ongoing tasks that constantly need to be done to build my brand, to build my profile. So you guys need to think the same way. Make sure that you set time aside to plan your week. Because if you don't start planning your days and planning your weeks, your days and your weeks will just start to control you. And that's the last thing you want to do. You want to make sure that each day has a purpose, a defined goal, a defined reason that will get you out of bed, and to make sure that you are ultimately driving forward to achieving your long-term goals. One thing I like to do actually is create processes that completely remove my emotions out of the equation. So as I mentioned earlier on, that was one of the biggest challenges I had when first getting started. And obviously creating processes and creating tasks that remove my emotions. So no matter how I'm feeling, I know I have to do this, and these are the steps I follow each and every time to do it. So I haven't got to then muster up any creativity or any type of thought process to get this task done. I have the simple processes laid out in front of me to do step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's just a simple case of following those processes through, exactly like you probably had when you were back in employment. So tip number 5, have a to-do list as well as a must-not-do list. So obviously knowing exactly how you're spending your time, prioritizing your time towards highest income generating tasks, and stop doing the type of tasks that don't generate you any money whatsoever, or producing business growth and helping you achieve your goals. So having those lists and have them clear on paper so you can see exactly what you should be doing and exactly what you should not be doing. And if any of these tasks you do still feel are important to your ultimate business success, potentially see if you can outsource them to someone else, which allows you to still spend your time, your focus, your energy on the things that are really important to you in your business and creating that business growth for you. So guys, that was just a quick little video. So I hope you found some of the content valuable that I shared. If so, please feel free to like, to share this video with anyone else that you know. Please subscribe as well and hit the notification bell. I will be releasing a new video next week, which is all around actually growing your personal brand as an expert in your niche. So obviously I hope that video is going to help a lot of you guys out, because obviously when you are an expert, whether that's a coach, consultant, speaker, trainer, healer, an NLP, whatever it is, your personal brand is probably your biggest asset. So obviously growing that, being seen as the ultimate expert in your area, is a massive part to having a successful expert business. So I hope you found this video valuable, like I say, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week.